Okay, so I'm ready to give you the biggest update that has happened in the last 2 months. Are you ready? I got my dream job in Munich! Hi friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Miruna, and for those of you who are here for the first time, my channel is about manifesting, life in Munich and lifestyle. And in today's video I want to give you an update on what has been happening in the last month in my life, because it's absolutely crazy. And I hope it's going to inspire you and give you hope that you can manifest anything, even in the craziest situations. So grab a cup of tea or coffee, make yourself comfortable, and let's start. A lot of you know my story, that I have moved to Germany in the end of 2020, more exactly in December, and it was the first month of total lockdown in Germany. It has been crazy because it was like this for half a year. I moved kind of without a plan, but I felt that I had to do this. My boyfriend was from here and I wanted already, before meeting him anyway, to just to have a change in my life, to change an environment, to just give myself a challenge, I would say, to see how much I can grow, because I felt stuck in my life. One of the things that I also wanted to change was also my career, because this is something that most of you might not know. For the last 8 years, I was working as an entrepreneur. I had my own nutrition club in my hometown together with my father. This has been our family business. I was collaborating with one of the biggest nutrition companies in the world. Everything was fine. I had the most amazing time in the last 8 years. I have grown, I have learned so many things, and I still do it to a certain extent, this business, but mostly with my loyal clients. However, I felt like I just needed to change things. I needed to see what else I can do, how I could grow and how I could expand myself. I don't know how to explain it other than I just felt I needed to do this change. It wasn't something logical. And here I am in Germany in the beginning of 2021, so exactly last year, without a clue of how I would do that. And it took me exactly 1 year to manifest my dream job in Germany. But I learned so many life lessons along the way, and I want to share them all with you. The first 5 months of 2021, long story short, were very hard for me. I was living with probably 300 euros per month. This is something that I didn't share with anyone because I was in a lot of fear and in a lot of anxiety during that time. However, I knew that it was a temporary situation, but I didn't know when it would end. And that was just frustrating and growing frustrated every single day. However, I used this time of not having actually something to do and everything being stopped here in Germany because of this lockdown, to just focus on myself and to grow. When you come after 8 years of entrepreneurship, you don't always know what you want to do, and I didn't have so many experiences outside my business. So I took the time to just meet people, I took the time to network, I took the time to do several courses, to ask, to get opinions, to see what other people are doing, to get inspiration, you know? And this was a very important stone in my development, because it helped me define better what I wanted to do, and it helped me know myself better. I realized that I am good at networking. I realized that I'm good at social media, which was one of my passions. I am good in English. German was not my skill back then, and it's still a learning process for me. And that I have all this experience from my business and what it means to run a business. After 5 months, I kind of gathered a very long list, pretty much like in dating, of qualities of what my ideal job would be like. So this is the first thing that I want you to take and write down. If you don't know where to start right now with whatever you want to manifest, get clarity, take some time. You don't have to know everything in the first day. You can give yourself 1 week, 1 month, maybe even a few months if you feel that you need that, but write down every single aspect. It's a lie when we say to ourselves, I don't know what I want, and this is something that I've been telling myself for the first 5 months, but in reality, I actually knew I like some things and I don't like some things. It's that simple. What happened there is that after 5 months, I started a job, but it was not something that was fulfilling me. It was something that was giving me a little bit of help to integrate myself better in Germany. I worked in a restaurant. It was a very helpful learning experience, but it was also very contrasting experience because there were so many things that I didn't like. For example, physical work, for example, very late hours, very small payment, all these things that contributed to me to define even better my wish. You are right now in the position that you are maybe already working in a place that doesn't fulfill you, that doesn't make you feel like you are living your full potential, that you could do better, because that's how I felt every single day going there, that it's not my place and that I can do much better. Don't despair. This is your learning process, and this is the way that you chose to manifest things. Take this as a learning experience. Try to see what you won't accept anymore from the next job that you are going to get, and just be grateful for where you are right now. I worked in this restaurant for approximately 5 or 6 months, but in the meantime I was already working on the next ideal job that I want to have for myself. It was a lot of stress because at some point things started to move in Germany, things were starting to open again, businesses, enterprises, agencies. I was looking for something in marketing, but I was not speaking German fluently. I did not have a master's degree, which is very important somehow in Germany, and I did not have a working experience in marketing specifically before. So these were things that were kind of weighing on my self-confidence from time to time, and I will admit there were moments when I cried for days and I just felt like nothing was going to work, and I just felt like I will go to Romania where I know that I can just do this and things would happen because I have the connections, I can speak the language, and I had the experience. However, at the same time I was feeling that I'm getting closer and closer and closer, and what really helped me to focus on my goal was to look around me for examples of people that were already living the life that I wanted. Yes, there were people who maybe could speak fluent German, there were people who maybe had experience, there were people who had like 2 master's degrees, and I would feel, of course, not so self-confident. However, I looked for the examples of people that had the exact situation as me, that were coming from maybe Eastern Europe, for people who were not speaking German, for people who were not having all these qualifications. And I started to notice that there are people, and they don't need this, they don't make these rules in their heads. And that was the moment when I realized that I was the one who was putting a lot of walls between me and my goal, because I was making things hard. And if you're in this situation with your goal, you might want to give it a thought. How are you making things harder than they actually are? I started to write a scripting letter, and I stated there to the universe, thank you so much, universe, for having now the ideal job, my dream job, for the most amazing colleagues with all the details that I described there on the paper, and thank you so much that it came to me in the easiest way possible. This is a key phrase, because how things happened is that as I was applying to different jobs, because at some point I was starting to be more on the frequency of the jobs that I wanted, and I was already starting to have more opportunities in front of me. What happened was that I was on Facebook one day, I was in a group of expats in Munich, and there was this girl that would eventually become my colleague that posted that she was looking to expand her marketing team in social media, and that she was looking for people who would want to apply to the positions. And I felt that I should apply there, and I wrote her, and it was out of every single application that I made in the last year, and I did a few, maybe 100. This was the easiest possible. They actually saw me for who I am. Everything went so smooth, and from the first interview, I had a nudge that this would be the opportunity that would become my ideal job. It was one thing that I wrote in my detailed description of an ideal job that completely blew me away. And you can put these small details and signs that maybe universe will want to play with it in the future. Because I wrote there that I want my future mentor in this opportunity, in this job, To be someone who has worked in the past with Romanians, who knows that Romanians are nice and hardworking people. And on my first interview with my now mentor, this is the first phrase, word by word, that the woman said to me. And I kid you not, she worked with people from my hometown. Exactly. I was mind blown. Everything was matching one by one. After 1 month of several interviews, I was able to start working right away on almost the exact same day that I came to Germany 1 year before. As a conclusion to my video, what I want to emphasize is that when we want to manifest things, we also have to be proactive in our growing, in our development, by identifying maybe our limiting beliefs, by identifying where we make things harder than they should, by identifying if we have a problem with our self-confidence or with our self-worth. All these things are actually a path for us to grow, to learn, to become a better version of ourselves. And if you feel, for example, that now you're stuck in your manifestation, in what you're wanting to do, you can also check the link below the video and you can access it and have a free discovery call with me. And I would be more than happy to help you move forward to your dream life and manifest your biggest desires. I hope this video has inspired you guys to go after your dreams, and I hope that after this video you know that the universe always has a plan and that you are always loved, that you are always supported in your journey to becoming your best. Thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a subscribe and a thumbs up, and share it with a friend who maybe needs a little bit of motivation in this process. See you next time.